What do you feel is the most important thing you want to talk about? What would you think is really important to you as players? Or as somebody that is taking tennis and you really want to do well and you really want to improve your game or whatever. What's the number one thing you would want to talk about? Give me an idea. Yeah.
The mental aspect?
Mental aspect. In what regard would you want to talk about mental? What mental, psychological? Boy, I'll tell you what, today, as you know, I deal with players that as young as 8 years old, 9 years old, all the way up to world-class professionals. And I do that throughout the day, which is pretty interesting. So I've been on the phone with people in Europe since early this morning about their tennis and their matches at the high levels. And then I might come on the court and you might be talking to some parents about an all-important 12 and under event up in Daytona. And in their world, it's a huge thing. One of the things that I want you to grasp, and this is something you can remember over the years, not just about the tennis. And it's not coming from me. It comes from great minds over the years, generations, for thousands of years. And it goes a couple key points. If you want to be truly outstanding at something, in fact, accomplish great things, you've got to have a sense of enjoyment and passion when you do that. Now, I'm going to say enjoyment and passion, and also an incredible sense of perspective. What do I mean by perspective? Well, I was on the phone with someone, not possibly someone you'd think. It was a male professional, very good player, who was quite down about some of their recent results. And after a while, they get a little out of perspective. Oh my gosh, you know what's going on? My ranking's dropping. My world is falling apart, so to speak. And you say, hold on a second. Let's put this in perspective. You make a huge sum of money. You're playing a game you love. You've had a couple tough losses. Let's put that in perspective. Life is pretty good. And guess what? You have the blessing of being able to play the next week and the next week. And you have the Wimbledon coming up. And then after that you have tournaments all during the summer. And then you have the US Open. And then you have tournaments throughout Asia. How good is that? You know, a lot of people in this world never see a day as good as his worst day. You understand what I just said? Take his worst day, and there are billions of people who will never see a day that good. So we've got to have perspective. When you go out, it's not life and death. It should be joyous. It should be something I want to see how good I can do. Not, oh my gosh, I'm supposed to do well because I'm seeded this and ranked and I want to get into the nationals and all this. Yeah, I understand you want to win. I'm not diminishing that. But I am saying to you, keep it in perspective, approach it with joy and passion to be the best you can be. That is what I'd like to see all of you do. You have to understand that anybody who achieves anything that is really significant, where they are extraordinary at it, you will find that they're passionate about it, that they really enjoy it. Have you ever heard somebody say, you know, I am just phenomenal at math, but I can't stand it. It's awful, I hate it. But gosh, I'm doing amazingly well. You ever hear that? Not too often. You'll hear people, they'll say, gosh, yeah, I hear you did really well in your SAT math. Yeah, this and that. What's your favorite subject? Math? Have you noticed that? There is a joy, an enjoyment component, a passionate component. So if you want to be outstanding, if you want to be special, pursue what you enjoy, pursue it with a sense of passion, commitment to be absolutely as good as you can be. Now, does that mean that you don't encounter difficulties? Oh, I'm just going to pursue this, I love it, and I want to be great, and I don't want any difficulties. Does that sound reasonable? No, it's not reasonable. Is it realistic? No. But if I'm going to be facing challenges, what are the two ways you can face them? Basically 2 ways. Any thoughts? Yeah. Positive or negative attitude? Yeah. I can either say, I'm going to embrace these challenges. Why? Because I want this larger objective, which is being the best I can be. And I'm going to go after it with passion. And you know, in order to be a great tennis player or whatever, I've got to do a lot of physical work to be in great shape. Now, the physical training may be a little bit painful, and I may not love that component of it, but I'm willing to face that challenge to accomplish what I want. Or I could say, oh, you know what, I really got to work hard and do the physical. I can't stand the physical, and so on. That's not going to get it done. So when you're pursuing something like you're pursuing with your tennis, and you love the tennis and you want to be outstanding, approach it with joy, passion, perspective. Keep everything in perspective, but be willing to embrace the challenges. Because in order for you to be extraordinary, you got to be willing to rise above some adversity, some difficulties, and so on. And the ironic thing is there, and this you'll grasp to a certain extent, is that it is through the struggle and rising above the struggle where the real joy comes, where the real sense of satisfaction comes. You ever played somebody who is not very good, and you beat them really easily? How many of you played somebody who's just not very good, and you beat them just really easily? Huh? Everybody here. How satisfying was that match? Not really. Okay, everyone remember real quickly, what was your most satisfying and enjoyable accomplishment in tennis? Think about it for a second. Okay? The most satisfying, enjoyable, meaningful accomplishment in tennis. Was it easy? No. You're all shaking your head no. It wasn't. But you persevered, and from all of that extra work and effort and passion and perseverance and perspective, boom. You accomplish something and it gives you great satisfaction and enjoyment. Keep that in mind, because it's not going to be easy when you go out to the courts. It's not going to be easy at the tournament, but don't be afraid of rising, trying to challenge yourself to rise above those objectives, to accomplish what you want. These are fundamental truths in life, period. You can take what I was talking about here, and you could plug it in with baseball. You could plug it in with academics. You can plug it in virtually every aspect of life. So remember that. Approach it with joy, passion, perspective, and with embracing challenges to strive to accomplish what you want. And that's where the real satisfaction and joy comes in. All right, gotta go. Let's go out to the courts.